Okay, so here we have it. So, what's the beginning? Our first sentence is, what are we building for you all? That's the question everyone wants to know about the progress. So, we'll start with concrete results. Robust infrastructure, the ecosystem is ready to install. The official launch has never been closer, okay? We'll talk about our launch date today, okay everyone? It'll be more towards the end, right? So, dear leader, we know you're eager for the official launch, and we want you to know that we are too. So, that's it, folks. Right now, nobody is more interested in getting this project started than I am. You can be sure of that. It's been over 2 years. Almost 3 years already, fighting, testing, losing sleep, you know. We've really been working seriously to get the project to where it is now. So, we know that all of you, you know. You're anxious, you want to. We all have that anxiety, right? To launch the project and really make a correct, transparent project for all of you. So, while many projects start, and then fix things along the way. That's not our goal. We've identified more opportunities for improvement and increased profitability. What's already ready and working, right? 5 smart contracts have been published. They will be published soon in the update, because they are running our security system, right? Our backup system, right? For testing, and when everything is finished, it will be transmitted to our main system. There are also 32 arbitrage bots in operation, high-frequency bots, right? Today there are 1,500, but that number has already been updated. There are more than 2,000 leaders already registered, and we have a 24/7 monitoring system. Our system has the capacity to perform 100 checks per second on each root of each currency. So we invested heavily in IT. In the server area, so that nothing fails in our operation. What are the technical milestones that have already been achieved? Look, the bilateral execution contract published in PolygonScan. The triangular arbitration contract, right? This is new, right? We launched it now, right after I launched the live stream extending it, right? Our arbitration system, our tracking systems, also detected opportunities in triangular arbitration, right? Triangular arbitration will drastically increase our profitability. I'll talk about some projections later. The integrated flash loan system, right? As you already know, it's already been mentioned in other live streams. It will be explained again, right? The client area, right? The client dashboard, as you saw. The aspect of gas rates has also been improved, right? Gas rates are what eat up the biggest part of the profit. So this issue of gas rates has been improved, okay? Okay. So the network bonus system, up to 20 levels, was what was discussed, right? With Bruno at other levels, and we decided to implement all these changes. They need to be reflected in the contract, so it's no use changing one thing and then having to change another. So, all the changes to the normal spatial arbitrage that's already being done will be implemented. The triangular arbitrage opportunities have now been implemented, which will drastically increase our profitability. And these changes will all be made together at once, so we don't have to keep patching things up later. This is very important for you to understand. We have hundreds of high-frequency trading platforms operating 24/7 on state-of-the-art dedicated servers. The infrastructure has ultra-low latency. We have much faster latency than other traditional cryptocurrency arbitrage software. Our system, our website dashboard, is also prepared for more than 10 languages. So, other countries that learn about our project in Spanish, English, and all those languages mentioned here, English, Portuguese, French, German, right? In Africa, they speak a lot of French. People really like this type of market there. So it's open to, it's a global project. Right? Our referral system, right? It's encrypted, with protected data. The network structure is recorded, meaning that when you register your network, it's permanently recorded in the contract and can be changed, right? That's why it's very important that you take great care with the words. The 12 words of your wallets, right? Because if you lose access to that wallet, I can't help you, because you're responsible for your wallet. That's very important, okay? What assets are supported by our system, right? It started, right, on USDC.e. Then our opportunity tracking system also detected opportunities on USDC, USDT, and so on. So all of that is already active within the system. We just need to publish the last one. This is a quick thing. We're just making final adjustments. So, what are the protocols? QuickSwap v3, Uniswap v3. QuickSwap are the decentralized exchanges we work with, right? QuickSwap version 2, Balancer. v2, FlashFlow UNS, and FlashFlow UNS Balancer. Okay, why does it take time? And why is it worthwhile? Unlike projects that are basic contracts that depend on luck, we are building a completely automated arbitrage ecosystem with 3 layers of execution. Layer 1, bilateral arbitration, which is already ready, right? That's traditional arbitration, okay? Layer 2, triangular arbitrage, which was implemented this week and is already running tests. I would like to emphasize the following to you. Just by implementing triangular arbitrage, I've already confirmed with my IT department, and he authorized me to say this in this meeting. We will be able to achieve 5% to 2% per day just with the implementation of this triangular arbitrage, okay? So, but the disclosure rule is the same that I want you to maintain. We work with variable profitability, variable income. We are not saying here that A, B, C values will be guaranteed. We are working to deliver the best possible result for you and for all clients. Whether they are investors, network leaders, or just someone who wants to use the tool out of curiosity. So, if you want to build a network, you will profit. If you don't want to build a network, you will still profit. So, it's very interesting, a perspective of 0.5 to 2% per day. Just from the implementation of this triangular arbitrage is phenomenal. That change alone will make the wait for our launch worthwhile. 3. Improvements were also made to the flash loan issue, right? Well, he uses flash loans, which we've already talked about in other live streams. Let me just make a quick observation here. Flash loans are the ability we have to transact with 10 times or even 100 times the capital we have and obtain profit on the total amount borrowed. Then we return that money to the companies that provided the loan, paying the fees. And the reversal rule remains. If a flash loan is made on that operation, the money goes back to everyone in the same way, without any problems. So we are building something that is meant to last. Each contract is published and is immutable. It cannot be altered, not even by us. That's the true security of DeFi, right? So I believe we are revolutionizing things. If many people are showing interest and are eager, it's because they saw that our proposal is a differentiated proposal. A proposal that is truly focused on seriousness, financial education, and transparency, okay? So I think it's very important that I keep emphasizing this. I want us all to grow together, because together we are stronger, okay guys? So look, what's the overall progress? 95%. These are projections of what it is now, right? 95% of the infrastructure and contracts, dashboard and user experience 85%. We still need to make some adjustments for improvement, right? The network rewards system is already 100%, that situation is already corrected. Final optimizations and security are halfway there. As I told you, it's because we are using a backup system, a security system that we use for testing. Then these changes will be reflected in our main system. But also after this aspect of running tests. And statistics is closed, the transmission will really jump too. 100%, this is good, it's halfway here because it's really in. The other system that we have for testing, that's why it's in this situation, this model of. Right, continues from OK, folks, 60%, the person who referred you gets 10%, your upline network, up to 19 levels, 15%, and the protocol 15%, OK? Everything is registered on the blockchain, transparent, OK? And why can you trust us? Well, the contracts are verified, the contracts are immutable. We don't hold your assets in custody, OK? The money stays in your wallet at all times, right? You can manage your money at any time, OK? Revocable approval, if you start using our tool and decide to stop, just go back to your dashboard. Click stop, and you stop earning money, OK? That's it, zero activation fees. Meaning we don't charge any activation fees. We never ask anyone for money. We will never ask anyone for money. OK? Zero activation fees. You just need to have $50 in the pairs you want to trade, OK? If you want to put money into all those pairs I mentioned above, it's $50 per pair. In your wallet, remember, all those pairs have to be on the Polygon network. OK? This is very important for you to understand, OK? Real arbitrage profit, the price difference between real markets. What do I mean by that? Our system is very interesting because we work with price discrepancies, and for me it doesn't matter if Bitcoin went up or down, if Ethereum went up or down, if the currencies are in crisis, etc. Why? My goal is to exploit the price differences between one exchange and another. So we're not going to trade with your money. Trading, in financial market language, is like making a bet, right? Trading is speculation. You believe that the asset will go in the direction you invested. If you bought, you believe that asset will go up. If you sold, you believe that asset will go down, right? That's not our case. We're buying on one side and selling on the other with the price and profit already guaranteed. We pay the gas fees. And I'm repeating, the gas fees are paid by our system, which is very important. You just need to have the stablecoin coins in your wallet. Okay, what is this? No lockup, no blocking period. Your capital is always yours and stays in your own wallet. You are unique in the market, okay? Now I'd like to point out the following. If you want to see the tool work and understand its depth and capabilities, it's interesting that you put in an amount and leave it for 30 days, okay? At the end of 30 days, you'll see the overall profitability of the tool. Why'd I say this? There are many people who, let's say they made a profit of $5 today and they withdraw 3, right? It's like having a tree, and every day you see a new branch, you go and prune the tree. The withdrawal is in your wallet, that's it. You can withdraw, okay folks? This is just a tip I'm giving you, right? Put in money that you won't miss, that money, so you understand how the tool works. It's very important that you first understand what you're using before you can replicate the idea, okay? We are very interested in our project growing, but I would like all the leaders, all the people who are currently connected and will start working with us, to really understand what they're doing, so that you can really transmit it in the correct way. Look, you can even open your own wallet and show, look, here are the operations in my wallet, on my dashboard, and so on, right? What are the steps before launching? Finalizing dashboard upgrades, final. Security tests. Automated onboarding for new investors. Meaning you'll be able to continue registering people until launch. I'd really like to thank you for your trust, for the opportunity you've given me to start this project with me. And you're having the chance to see something grand beginning. I want to say in advance that the launch date will be April 30th, okay? So the date is set. April 30th we'll be starting our launch and it will be a revolution in the market. We'll continue publishing weekly updates on everything that's happening, and you have our respect and commitment. Our entire team is focused on providing you with all the information you find relevant and need, okay?